Hello again, everyone. I hope you're doing well. All things considered, as fucked as we are, I hope you're doing well. Whatever well looks like for you, right? At some point, in my thinking process, it circled around to me that loneliness and isolation don't happen in a vacuum. Loneliness, or rather, let me say, if you're somebody who is good on your own, right? Who is self-sufficient, right? You've cultivated enough self-love, right? You've been able to you've been able to live not independent of other people, but interdependent with other people, right? Or even independent of other people, right? Whichever. If you're that kind of person, then you're going to have it rough in modern society, because most people's brains have been hijacked to believe that toxic conformity is the order of the day, right? Like, there's so many people who couldn't possibly imagine that spending like even a few days by yourself can be a relaxing or even a rewarding experience. And it is absolutely fucking agonizing when you have to live in a society that is parasitic, social parasitism. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. I don't know. It's a society that lies to you that it's this idea of a meritocracy, right? We all have equal opportunities, we all have the same rights, and blah blah blah. Everyone can just achieve if they really think, and it's a fucking lie. If it wasn't already obvious, there's people who are literally just born rich, right? They're born, they fall out the fucking womb and they're already richer than 99% of humanity. You're telling me that person versus somebody who was born in a fucking slum have the same opportunities? You're fucking insane, right? That to me debunks meritocracy. First thing. Second thing, if you're someone who, you could have good intentions, you could have basically your own fucking personality, right? You could have your own, you could be grounded, right? You could be grounded. And interactions just become harder and harder and harder for you, because it's just obvious that most people aren't as grounded as you. Like, fuck, let me just even speak for myself, I have really had to undo the brainwashing of, once you finish uni, or once you finish learning, you just you'll get a career, great job, and you start working, and I don't know, have all this future success and everything. I've had to undo so much of that fucking programming, because I realized It's the same reason why elections don't fucking matter. They don't fucking matter at all. The people who succeed are selected to succeed. The vast majority of people who we see as a success were put there, right? Yes, you can apply yourself. Yes, you can work hard, blah, blah, but the vast majority of people who we have been sold to as successful or celebrities were put there. They were put there. You know? And it really feels like global leadership right now is at a very fucking weird stalemate that I haven't lived through before, right? Let me just call it that. It's at a point where, I don't know, can we say we're in World War III? I don't know. Who gives a shit? Anyways, I'm looking at this from an individual perspective, because not just an individual perspective, but an individual perspective of how the fuck are you supposed to live up to false expectations, right? Bullshit expectations, if I may say that. How the fuck are you supposed to do that and maintain your sanity? Right? You can't have both. You can't. And, I'm going to keep going on about this. But the boomers have fucked the subsequent generations forever. For fucking ever. Like, so many of them are dying right now or are going to be dead before the consequences of their fucking I don't even know what to call it, man, but the consequences of their actions, right, come back to hit, the Gen X's and the millennials and the Gen Z, whatever the fuck, like the ones who are left, right? They're still strangling the fuck out of this economy for whatever is left. All while expecting the age groups who are supposed to replace them to compensate for, how badly, again, if you want to look at where you think we're living in a consumerist world, and we are. This is hyper-consumerism. It didn't just start in fucking 2007 or 8, whatever. If you think, hyper-consumerism started with the TV, with the modern car, with the fridge, with the microwave, with, kitchen appliances, really, home systems and everything. It started way before any of us even knew what a telephone was, right? And we're the ones who are paying for that now, right? It's not even, it's to the point where even if you have enough income to afford a house, they just won't sell it to you because you don't have enough liabilities, right? You're not married. You don't have children. There's nothing they can hold over your fucking head. Your age, you don't look like you deserve a house. And it's that simple. You don't look like you deserve a fucking house. And that's the weird thing about wealth. The gatekeeping, the fucking gatekeeping, right? You could probably say this is old money versus new money, but I think it just comes down to this level of this level of, I don't know. Okay. I can give a few examples, right? I've gotten into not even arguments, right? I've interacted with like old men who can't even bring themselves to say that I myself am a man, right? Yeah, sure, I'm young. I'm almost 30. I look younger than I actually am, whatever. But it's almost like it'll fucking pain them to say that, I'm also a man. And that to me it's like it's like you're mentally fucked to me. Like, I've never looked at somebody else and not be able to say, right, oh, you're a young man, you're an old man, whatever. But this older generation, I don't know what kind of pride, I don't know what kind of mental illness they have to just, I don't know. I don't know. I've tried to fucking rack my brain about it. I don't know. I guess you could call it patronizing. I guess you could call it disrespect, straight up disrespect. And it's the kind of disrespect that they don't even see as disrespect, all the while expecting us to clean up their feces, right? Literally expecting us to shovel up their fucking economic, societal, spiritual, whatever you call it, feces, right? That they've dumped on us decade after decade. And they don't even have the fucking balls. They don't even have the mental, I don't even know what to call it at this point. They just don't have the balls to address other men as men. And that to me is one of the most damning it's one of the most damning observations about these like older people that I don't think will ever go away from me. It just won't. We didn't ask to be born. Like, you'll find so many different like new age spiritual bullshitters like, oh, your soul decided to be incarnated, whatever the fuck, man. Maybe, right? But you as a human did not decide to be born. And that's just facts. We didn't ask to be here. We are here at their convenience, right? We are here at their convenience, not the other way fucking around. Right? I'm sick of this generational psychosis that just keeps getting passed on and on. Like, look where the fuck it's gotten to this point, I literally sit up sometimes. I rack my brain. Like, was I actually even fucking born? Is this actually fucking reality at this point? Are we actually living in the times that we're living in? Like, it's just gotten to a point where I don't know. It's such a different, nothing has really changed in front of me, but you can just tell the environment is fucking toxic. It's like just toxic. And I really can't, I really can't believe that there's still so much expectation on young people to keep coupling up. Like, let me just speak from, the men's side of things, right? In this current dating market, it's an absolute fucking shit show. It's an absolute shit show for everyone, but I would say in particular for men, right? The last decade was just constantly just shitting on every, like, literally just how men sat in a fucking train or a bus was. What was it? Man spreading. That was a fucking huge topic of debate that politicians were throwing around in Congress or whatever, in Parliament. They were throwing around these bullshit fucking words. Like literally, how you sat, how you walked, right? There was a word for every fucking thing you did as a man. A negative connotation for every fucking thing you did as a man, right? And what has it amounted to? Like, I was kicking my feet today. BuzzFeed is closing down. Oh boy. BuzzFeed is shutting the fuck down. Oh man, after all the grotesque articles they published. and when I talked about this, right? We are no longer fucking entertained. You had a decade of shitting on men and boys over and over and over, and I fucking get it, I get it. I get it. Women have been treated like absolute shit, right? I get it. Objectified, used as baby farms and all that. Blah, blah. I get it. I do. I don't think how they went about bringing these issues up helped. It didn't. It just alienated people more and more and more and fucking more. And I'm saying this now, it's gotten to a point where somebody will have to man up. Somebody will have to fucking man up. And I've already given my opinion on these gender wars. Somebody at the end of the fucking day, doesn't matter if you're gay, lesbian, whatever, somebody will always have to take that front position. That just, that, I don't even know, like, they will always have to take that lead in, and a masculine lead at that, right? I'm trying my best to be as neutral as possible, right? I'd like to think that I like to think, It's getting to a point where how, these feminists have been placated at the highest levels of society, at the highest levels of entertainment, you name it. They've been placated, fucking placated, and it's bankrupting so many of these industries, right? Bankrupting. I'm glad to see it. To be honest, I'm fucking glad to see it, but at the same time, there's some very small part of me that still continues to shrink, right? That's, human beings, we should be working together. We should be trying to fix these problems. Men and women need each other and blah, blah, blah. That part of me is still there. It's shrinking because I just, like, my misanthropy has just, it's reached capacity, full fucking capacity. I don't give a fuck what you look like. Right? I don't care about I don't care what kind of fucking trauma you've been through. I don't care what fucking sob story you have to. I just don't care because so many people are using it as a justification to continue evil, just parasitic behaviors. Evil fucking parasitic behaviors. And The ones who want to end the cycle are the ones being punished the fucking most. The ones trying to do the right thing are being punished the fucking most. What do you do? What do you do for such a world? What do you do to such a world? What do you do? What do you do in such a situation? The ones trying to fix things are the ones getting fucked for it. What do you do? I'm genuinely asking you guys, what do you do in this situation? You know? Fight back, yes, fight fucking back. But don't, this is easy enough to say, but don't be a martyr for other people. Be a martyr for yourself. Die for your fucking self, right? Put yourself on the line for yourself. Because martyrdom gets fucking tiring. Like, there's people who have that genuine heart, like that, and it's really good to see. But don't be out here like having a bleeding heart for people, right? This is something I absolutely have come to terms with. It just doesn't help. The moment humans get that pity, they will bleed you out. They will bleed you the fuck out. And you'll just be an afterthought. If you choose to be independent, if you choose to actually enjoy your own time, if you choose to actually enjoy your own space, you're going to find out that there's just so many people who are born leeches. They're just born energetic and spiritual fucking leeches, and they're double-tongued, right? You'll have people talking about how, oh, this needs to change, that needs to change. The moment it genuinely gets to that point, they fucking pull the rug. They fucking pull the rug, and then all of a sudden they 180, and they're defending the side of the people they were criticizing yesterday. And I've experienced this fake martyr type of person. They are the worst people you can meet. I think clinically they're called communal narcissists. They are some of the worst fucking people you can meet because they worm their way into your life effortlessly. And then play victim about it. They'll even go bankrupt helping you. And then you have the people who oh, fuck, man. Humans are so full of shit. So full of shit. So fucking full of shit, man. So full of shit. Wow. So full of shit. Like, we have the ability to end so much fucking strife. Anyways. I'm just here to tell you that your main enemy in this life is envy. It is envy. It's envy. See, the demons don't even want me to say it. It's envy. Envy is what fucking kills. It's none of the, like, I've studied all the other quote unquote deadly sins. Envy is the one that fucking kills the most. That one. That is the fucking root of all the fucking misery. That is what gets people killed. That is what destroys people's lives. That is what destroys people's relationships. Envy. And it's it's such a disgusting word for me to even fucking say. It's so disgusting for me to say it because people actually think like this. People actually operate from this biological state. Right? That's actually a thing that people do. And I've probably done this in the past myself. I don't know if I can count. I've like, you know, what I say about these things, I've probably been guilty of. But to the degree that I've observed it, I don't think I just physically couldn't have the energy to do to another person. You know? You have to just keep your guard up. You have to just keep find your solace. Find your fucking solace. Find it and fucking guard it as hard as you possibly can. Stop justifying yourself. Stop fucking justifying yourself. And I get into this fucking cycle every time. Stop fucking justifying yourself. You know? You didn't ask to be here in the first place. We're all gonna end up fucking decomposing and as worm food. So why the fuck do we need to keep justifying ourselves? And it's not even, it's justifying ourselves to the most parasitic of human beings, right? The most insecure, rather. Justifying yourself to the most insecure fucking human beings. I loathe doing things around people nowadays. Doesn't matter what it is. I fucking loathe doing things around other people. Right? This negative, like, how do I say it? This negative talking, right? It's not just negative talking, but like, there has to be a word for it. This hysterical negative talking, right? And that's definitely like boomer. It's like boomers are addicted to hysteria. They are fucking addicted to it. They are fucking addicted to it. Right? I loathe sharing my ideas now. I don't like that I've had to do this, but what else is there? People they aren't actually looking to receive your help. They're looking to extract things from you, but they're not actually there to receive your help. All the while we have to hear, God is coming, Jesus is coming back right now, or like fucking whatever fucking, whatever like apocalyptic prophecies are being told now, right? Whatever savior archetype you believe in, right? Oh man. This is growing up. This is growing up nowadays, Like I'd feel like and that's the crazy thing, right? To me, this idea of mental health has been the biggest gaslight of this century to me, right? I'm definitely gonna make another video about this. I'm definitely going to expound on this. But let me just say, psychiatrists, if there's a God, hell is full of them. Hell is fucking full of them. Absolutely full of them. I've never seen such a parasitic fucking, like, you want to talk about the Matrix? You want to talk about Agent Smith? This is like Alien versus Predator, right? Psychiatrists are the fucking predators. I find it hard to believe that they're even still human beings at this point. Besides the point, right? I digress. At this point, Deus Ex Machina, like the humans merging with machines, as in physically, every era has this uncertainty about new inventions, new innovations, new discoveries. Every era has this, right? For us, it's so blatant. And I was watching a video earlier about somebody describing why AI is so terrifying. It's because AI learns. AI fucking learns, right? Every new discovery, every new invention, like, what is it? Photographs, the radio, whatever. All these new technological advances, they're static, right? They're like more and more refined building blocks, but AI learns, and it doesn't stop learning. It continues learning. And one AI program or whatever the fuck can like learn as much as millions of human beings. Every day they're just learning more and more how to be more, I don't know if it's more human or just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're doing at this point, you know. So we're really left just thinking, you know, what the fuck is the point of being human at this point, right? You know, is it going to get to a point where artificial intelligence is more human than actual humans, you know? I think, and it's gone to a stage where I really think it will surpass human morality, because humans have fucking failed at their own moral experiments. You know, I'd like to think I've explained how this passivity and this malicious you know, so many human beings are, they're passive, they're indoctrinated, and on top of that, they force conformity on the people who reject their indoctrination. If an AI happens to force what it's learned onto human beings, I don't blame the AI. That's all it was built to do. Could I say the same thing about humans, right? Like, the whole argument of free will. The whole argument of free will, it still intrigues me. It still intrigues me, right? To what extent, right? And that's why even when I think or discuss about God, to me, ultimately, God is a scientist, if there is a God. I don't think all these fantasies of blood and gore and hell and demons poking your fucking butthole, I don't really believe in that. I'd really like to think reality is one huge experiment with an indifferent creator, somewhat indifferent, right? That to me, you know, knowing that whatever created us is actually like indifferent, and that we can also be indifferent back. I think that's probably, it's just going to get to that extent. I find it insane how the Western world forced the fucking Bible down the throats of so many, and they pretend to be secular, right? They pretend to be secular. They pretend to be secular. And again, this is really why I believe that the people who have pushed, the ones who have pushed religion the most, who have forced religion onto the masses the most, are in fact the most satanic beings that have ever existed. Right? Take how the Western world had forced the Bible onto every culture they came in contact with, only for them to suddenly turn secular, right? And I swear to God, I'm losing my fucking mind, but I know I'm not losing my mind. And you're not losing your mind either. That's the crazy thing. You're not, right? The main thing, you want to know the main thing that they're pushing every fucking time they enter an African country? LGBT rights. At a time when the US Supreme Court is revoking, like they're I don't even know what it is at this point. It's never, the US court hasn't been this right wing since like probably like 1950s maybe, when it comes to sexuality and gender. And yet they're coming to places that are famine-stricken, war-stricken, wars that were funded a lot of the time by these Western powers, right? Famine-stricken, drought-stricken, bloody fucking wars, economic downturns. And you're telling me that their main agenda is rainbow unity? Really? Like, I've given my opinion, and fucking hell, right? I don't know if I still sound like I come off as like, I don't know, well, these right-wing demagogues. I'm generally a live and let live type of person. I don't like how these ideas are forced onto people, and they are forced. I can argue about that. I'm willing to argue about that, right? Nothing that is put in front of us is put in front of us without an objective, without end goals, without very specific psychological end goals, right? Nothing that's put in front of us to consume, media-wise, culturally-wise, is ever put without that psychological end goal. The same people that forced the Bible, that forced homophobia, that forced all these conservative ideals, right? They forced these conservative ideals onto the people they came in contact with. And now they're forcing the exact opposite onto them while calling them primitive, while calling them primitive for holding on to the same things that they were. Like, oh, bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. It isn't easy to find people to talk about this kind of stuff with. And even then, it gets to a point where their brains just shatter, right? Their brains just break. And I've gone through this so many times with so many different people, right? Their brains just shatter. That's what clued me into the fact that this is a strange fucking matrix that we're in. This is a strange planet that we're in. You know? I can try and speak the more I speak positively about, and that's what I noticed. The more I speak positively about certain things, the more that evil entities or evil, the more evil circulates around it, right? I like people who speak positively, right? I enjoy this whole, we can do better, we can succeed, we can blah, blah, blah. But like, I've personally noted, like, maybe, because I'm my only point of reference at this point, speaking either positively or negatively about certain topics people will use their mental energy to attack you for it. They will use their mental energy. There's people who wake up. There's people who wake up with just the thoughts of fucking hating you, cursing you, thinking of how best it is they can fucking like drive a fucking dagger through your fucking psyche. There's people who are just round the clock, right? And I'm not even talking about demons, aliens, whatever the fuck. I'm talking about humans. They are humans are the fucking worst at this point. I'm going to keep saying Thanos was we need Thanos. Thanos for fucking president 2024. Please, Omni-Man for president 2024. Please obliterate this fucking place. Oh man. I'm so glad I just don't have this inhibition to hold my tongue anymore. And I'm glad you guys are still listening, right? You know, you have to improvise. You have to adapt at this point to where you are. You just have to adapt because there is no teamwork. There is no fucking teamwork. There is no team bond. There is no communal fucking bond. The vast majority of people are in it for their fucking selves. And they will backstab you when the time comes, when the opportunity, they will backstab you. They will. So guard your energy. Guard your fucking energy. You know? Anyways. You know, keep sending positive thoughts to yourself, to other people, to the ones who are giving you that energy. Feed into one another for however you can, you know. Create that positive feedback loop because nobody else is coming to do it. No one else is. And you know, don't expect to be some sort of like fucking savior archetype or so. It's just not. The time is gone. It's fucking past. It's gone. Right. Most of the people doing that now they're really just opportunists. They're not even the good kind of opportunist, right? There's good kinds of opportunism. They're just parasites. They're just social fucking parasites. You know? Anyways, stay safe and just learn to blend in.